Dear sister, I came out of the great battle without a scratch, but it was a close shave as my gas mask and water bottle was shot away.
Even to get there, to the fighting in France, Wee Tan Louie needed to fight at home. By late 1917, Canada had been involved in the War to End All Wars for 3 years, and it was difficult for the Canadian Army to recruit new men.
They had posters everywhere, you know. Posters to sign up and fight. But for us, well, back then they'd come right out and say it to your face. We want soldiers, but, well, not your kind.
Even so, the Canadian government had exempted Chinese Canadians from the draft as a way to continue denying them citizenship, including Wee Tan Louie from Shuswap, BC. Denied the chance to enlist in Kamloops, Wee Tan Louie decided to try his luck across the Alberta border. Wee Tan bought a horse and started out across the Rocky Mountains in the middle of winter. In February of 1918, Wee Tan Louie arrived in Calgary, and wasting little time, he made his way to the recruitment offices there.
Well, I was in pretty rough shape by then. I mean, as I say, I was on the road for quite a while. I did my best to tidy up, make myself presentable. I rolled into the Highland Regiment there and I said, "Hiya, come all the way east from Kamloops. I want to serve overseas."
After a brief period of basic training, Wee Tan would travel by train and then by ship to a Europe devastated by 4 years of war.
Dear sister, I came out of the great battle without a scratch, but it was a close shave as my gas mask and water bottle was shot away.
As a runner for the 10th Battalion, Wee Tan Louie ran messages back and forth between units along the trench line. The trenches were generally wet, soggy, and plagued with rats and lice, littered with the wounded and the dead. But in his letters to his sister, Wee Tan kept upbeat.
Dear sister, I had all kinds of fun in the big drive. I had all the shooting I wanted, and believe me, those machine guns and whiz-bangs make a person hug the ground sometimes. I think we got old Fritz going now. It will only be a matter of time before he will give in, but it can't be too soon for me.
Constantly bombarded by artillery fire, the explosions damaged his eardrums, and along the trenches, Wee Tan lost his hearing.
Of all the sounds you'd want to hear last, I mean, those aren't, well, they're kind of not the ones I would pick, Of course, I haven't heard a single thing since then.
Wee Tan Louie returned to Canada from Europe in March of 1919. For his bravery and service, he was awarded the British War Medal and the Victory Medal.
Sometimes you don't think about the war for a while. It doesn't... I mean, now I don't think about it as much as maybe I used to. Sometimes it's all you can think about. How many times I almost didn't make it. And of course, the times when it was really close. When I was sure I wasn't going to make it. It's hard sometimes, when it's all you can think about, In
1947, the Canadian government repealed the Exclusion Act, which prevented immigration or potential citizenship for Chinese immigrants or even for Chinese Canadians. It was repealed in no small part due to the efforts of Chinese Canadians like Wee Tan Louie, who risked their lives serving in the Canadian forces.